Now children, I have been asked to discuss these problems with you all. Somebody sent me this question, why all alkalis are bases but all bases are not alkalis? It's very simple children. Firstly, what are bases? Metallic oxides or hydroxides? First point. Metallic oxides or hydroxides are bases. Now one thing. Now, suppose we know metallic hydroxide MgOH whole twice, or say NaOH, KOH, NH4OH, or even metallic oxide say Cu, etc. Notch. These all are bases. There is no exception. Nobody can deny this fact. Now, second point. Second point is, what are alkalis? Alkalis are water-soluble bases. Fine. We need to remember that only oxides and hydroxides of sodium and potassium at our level, I would say only these two, sodium and potassium are soluble. Right? So NaOH and KOH are only soluble. Remaining are not soluble. Now this is not soluble and this is not soluble. This is also soluble. This is not a metallic hydroxide but has been given the status of level of metallic hydroxide. So children, these NaOH, KOH and NH4OH, these are water soluble bases. While these are just the bases but are not water soluble. Now, so we need to know two facts. What are bases? Metallic oxides or hydroxides. So these all are bases. Number two, those hydroxides or say bases which are soluble in water are called alkalis. So we know NaOH, KOH and NH4OH are water soluble. So for us, these three are alkalis. 1, 2, 3. These three are alkalis. Now, these three are alkalis, fine. These are not alkalis, but we have seen finally they all were bases. So, all alkalis, this and this are bases, but all bases cannot be alkalis. You have seen this, you have seen this. So, all those bases which are not soluble in water cannot be called alkalis. And we have only three alkalis in our syllabus, purely NaOH, KOH and NH4OH. I said books do report calcium hydroxide, but it is sparingly soluble, means not totally soluble. Hence, an alkali, but if it comes to quote an example, we should not quote because we have got other examples, NaOH, KOH and NH4OH. That was one question I discussed with you all. So I hope this point is clear to people, those who had asked me this question. Number two is how to identify the salt is acid salt, basic salt or normal. Now I am taking this example. Na2SO4, NaHSO4 and I say MgOHCl. A normal salt, neither displaceable H or OH, hence normal salt. Here we have one displaceable H still, so it is acid salt, and here we have displaceable OH, so it is a basic salt. So somebody asked me how will we identify? Today only I got the WhatsApp message. So if a salt does not have any replaceable H or OH, we call it normal salt. If it has one displaceable H, we call it acid salt. And if it has got one displaceable OH, we call it basic salt. So now I hope you can identify. That was second question we discussed. Now, third problem somebody asked me, what is the basicity of organic acid? Children, basicity is the number of displaceable H plus ions from any molecule of an acid. Now, organic acids, like this is there, HCOOH, CH3COOH, oxalic acid, COOH, COOH. Children, this is the H which is attached to COO is only displaced. It is here, it is here, and it is here. So here, although we see 2H, but it's only this one which is displaceable. This will determine the basicity of any organic acid. This is there, this is there, here it is 2. So this is monobasic, this is monobasic, although it has got 4H. And this has got, this is a dibasic acid, right? Because it has got 2H which are displaced. So actually it has got 2H, but it's only this one is displaceable. So in case of organic acid, whatever number of COOH you see, children, that determines is its basicity. So I hope that point is also cleared and discussed. Hope it is clear to you all. Then children, last point comes. This is, somebody asked me, I did not say much children that time because this is mainly a part of a practical chemistry. But today you keep this point in mind, and this is an important point. Keep this in mind always, always. Children, what's that? Whenever you get PPT of zinc as zinc hydroxide, Al as AlOH whole thrice, or Pb as PbOH whole thrice, means hydroxides of zinc, aluminium and Pb. They dissolve in excess of NaOH. Remember, these hydroxides of amphoteric metals, these are amphoteric metals. What are amphoteric metals? Which react with acids and bases both, give you salt and liberate H2 gas. So zinc, you know from class 8, or you might have been taught in the chapter of hydrogen class 9th also. It displaces H2 gas from acids as well as bases. Same is your aluminium and same is with your Pb. So these are amphoteric metals. Amph means dual. So they show dual character, means they react with acids as well as base and liberate H2 gas. So these amphoteric metals, Al, Zn and Pb, their hydroxides are soluble in strong alkali, and at your level with NaOH and KOH, and that too precisely in ICSC they are only concerned with NaOH. So we can say very confidently that hydroxides of Zn, Al and Pb. Please remember always, the hydroxides of Zn, Al and Pb, wherever they will come, they will dissolve in excess of NaOH for sure. These 4 points I have to emphasize as a part of a revision. Now, again, till the time you get your test, within 2 minutes, if at all you have any problem, you can ask me. These many points you have to remember, children, as well as the definitions of acids, bases, salts, acidity, basicity. These terms you should know. What is an alkali? Statement true or false? So we know all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkali. H2CO3 is a weak organic, H2CO3 is a weak mineral acid, not organic acid. H2CO3. Children think H and C and O is there, maybe it is an organic acid. No. H2CO3 is purely a mineral acid, a weak mineral acid, and of course diabasic in nature. So this is what I have to revise with you all. Now get ready for your test. So you'll be getting the link, the Google form, and will attempt. And children, remember, you should attempt it properly, sincerely, as well as responses will be closed. If they will not be accepted after 9:45. Please, okay? Rather you try to do it well in time. So it's never advisable to take extra time. Just revise and be honest to yourself, and send it, submit it well. So good luck for your test, and hope we have revised. Hope you enjoyed the class and the concepts are clear. Still, if at all any doubt, I'm always there. You can send your question on WhatsApp, and I'll see it, right? So again, I stop here for this video, and now prepare yourself for the test, and wish you all the best. Thank you, children.